Oh no. Alright, so I realized just then, so I've been talking for the past, I don't know how long, but you couldn't hear me. Alright, cool. So what I'm going to do is say, hi everyone, I'm Wesley from Unaufadox Productions, and I create bass guitar loops for music producers. And in this video, I'm going to speak a little bit about what I've been speaking about for the past 5-10 minutes. But anyway, you didn't hear that, so cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak a little bit about a video that I posted talking about artificial intelligence and music creation. And then I'm going to listen to this track that you can see on the screen. And then I'm going to create a bass line to that track. And that bass line will be uploaded whilst on this stream. And then once you see me upload it, you'll be able to go to this QR code beneath the video. And you'll see... the QR code beneath the video. And the QR code that you see beneath the video, and you'll be able to scan that and then go to the website, and then you'll be able to buy the bassline that you see me create. In 48 hours, what I'll do is I will edit that bassline for anything that I think is not in alignment with the quality standard that it should be, and I will then upload another version which will be edited and processed using all these processors, and then I'll upload another version which will be edited and unprocessed. So in total you'll get three different versions of the same bassline. So just to recap, you'll get one which is unedited and processed, which you'll see me upload, including all of these plugins, then one processed edited and one unprocessed edited. Cool. So that's so 48 hours, then you'll be able to get all three. And in that bundle you'll also have a MIDI file of the chord progression, which I'll be running through tonight. So this track, which I'll play but not yet, this track is going through a 2-3 chord progression. So you'll in D flat major, so you'll get that MIDI pattern in the package as well. So you'll be able to just scan the QR code, go by it, then drag the bass line in, and then drag the MIDI in as well, and then just add a piano or a synth to that MIDI data, and then you'll be able to instantly kind of be where I am. You'll have to add drums, but you'll be able to be exactly where I am straight out of the box. And then also you'll get a PDF with that as well, which will basically talk you through the note choices and the chord progression, and it's just to help you understand more music theory and what's going on and why certain notes sound good. And I'll try to, as I'm working, I'll try to talk you through what notes I'm using as well when I create the bass line. Cool. So I'm just I'm just reviewing what I've already said. So with these bass lines, you can see it's the full length of this screen, which is 10 minutes and 35 seconds, and it's 351 bars or thereabouts. And if you're a music producer, then you know that the standard loops tend to be 4, 8 or 16 bars, and this is over 300. And the reason I did that is because I feel it contributes towards exclusivity. So you can imagine, 5 people download this and they are very proficient in, chopping and editing and moving parts around. So it's very unlikely that those 5 producers are going to choose the exact same segments, the exact same parts. So all 5 of those producers could have a very different bass line when it comes to the track that they produce, and it could sound very, very different depending on how skilled you are at chopping and changing and moving the chord progression around. Another level of exclusivity is from the first person who buys the loop, it will trigger a 24-hour timer, and after that 24-hour period is over, this baseline gets removed from the website and this live stream gets deleted, and any other social media that I've posted will also be deleted. And that is just to ensure that it stays as exclusive as it possibly can. Cool. So let me get back into what I was saying. Well, let me start from the top actually. So if you follow me on social media, then you will know that I posted a video about Suno Studio. So for anyone who doesn't know, Suno is an AI music generating piece of software or artificial intelligence. And they have created a DAW, which is what you're looking at on the screen. It's a digital audio workstation. And within that workstation, they've integrated their AI music creation, but now they give you things like stems. So if you're not familiar with stems are, in a track you'll hear the drums and you'll hear the vocals and you'll hear the keyboards and you'll hear the bass and the guitars. Those are stems. So you'll get the drums, which will contain, kick, hi-hat, toms, everything. And then you'll get the keys, which might be, the synths and maybe some piano or something, all in one file. So this AI generating software can now give you that, and it can also give you MIDI, and MIDI is just instruction data, like the MIDI that you find in my bass loop packages, exactly the same. So this is quite a powerful tool to have at your disposal. And so yeah, I did a little bit of research before this video just to see what was, what's hot on the internet. So I found that these tools tend to be used as pre-DAW inspiration, if you like going from silence to an idea. However, I feel like, in my experience as a producer, that's some of the best feeling parts of music production, like getting that first idea. And I feel like to some extent you could miss out on some joy of creating. It's like you hit a wall and then you're inspired to the solution. This little wall solution, that's the whole journey of music production, and it's brilliant. And I wouldn't chop off the front of it just so that I could more quickly get to, the middle of it. And also with that idea generation, you may end up with an idea which is like that you don't fully understand. It might be a bit beyond your skill level. So then as the track builds, so say, you get to, so you have the intro, the verse, the chorus, then you have the second verse, and say you want to make some changes. Maybe you could just continue to use the AI. Like that's a valid way. But in my mind, I was thinking, okay, maybe a producer might just use it at the beginning, and then, then it's like, like training wheels on a bike, and then take them off and then keep going. However, just like thinking about this out loud now, it's like if you get to verse 2 and want to make some changes, but you've got no idea about how the chords were built, then maybe you have to now rely on this to move forward, which, it just feels like someone else is driving. Like, that's how I imagine it feeling, actually. It feels like someone else is driving when you should be, and it's more fun when you do from whatever stage you start from. And if you start at wherever you are, then eventually you get to the higher level if you pursue it and you're passionate about it. So yeah, I just feel like there's more joy to be had if you go at it yourself, man. So I see that it's faster ideation, which is an interesting word. So yeah, it's faster to get plenty of ideas and throw many ideas. So if you're on a deadline and you just need it now, then I can understand. But if it's a speed thing, then for me, I really enjoy creating. So it's not about how long it takes. It's about, it's just kind of cliche, but it is about the journey. It's the fun of the journey, because it's a fun ride. Like making music is fun, like learning bass. Like sometimes it's, it's difficult because you don't know. Like when I first got my bass, you don't know, can't really hold it. How do I even hold it without hurting my back, kind of thing. But then you get answers, then you learn, and then before you know it, you've been doing it years, and it's just been a great, rewarding journey. And the idea of any part of that being taken away or done by someone else or something else is just, I've not done that. So it just feels like this path that I've been on, like, is fine. Like, it's fine, and it didn't need to be faster. It's just great. I've had like a really good time. I've received so many answers and so much inspiration without the AI, without software answering questions like that. It's been cool, and I would want this coolness for all producers out there. So as well, like one of the most popular things at the moment is using it as a generative tool. And again, that's just like kind of already said, but I think the thing with that is, whose style is it generating? Like, are you able to put your stamp on it straight away? I suppose you could, edit it later down the line. I just felt like if you stick with it, so say you're drawing a blank, like you got no idea, but if you stick with it, what comes through is inherently you. Even if it's inspired by Prince or someone like that, it will be your specific angle on that, based on when you last ate, when you last slept, how happy you were in the moment. All of these elements will make it specifically you. And I feel like that it needs to be intrinsic within everyone's expression. Like your signature needs to be there. And I wouldn't want something else to come along and kind of taint someone, an individual's voice, I suppose. And just lastly, this is kind of an ongoing thing at the moment. The intellectual property. There's like court cases going on at the moment about intellectual property, because the AI has been taught on music made by humans. So it's like you could then say to the AI, I want a track that's inspired by this artist, and this artist, and I want the singer to sound like this artist, and it can give you that because it will just go to the repertoire. It will just go to their songs and bring that up. And I feel that's different to, like, if a human had the same repertoire. I think it just would be different, because we're different from machines. Like like a piece of software, it's trained and all of this, but we are human, flesh, blood, emotions, feelings, memory, kind of based on how you feel, so I think that the nuance that we can put into the recalling of this information, I feel that influences the output in a massive way. That makes it fundamentally human, right? That's I think that is enough on the topic. If there are any questions, then please let me know. Cool. So what I'm going to do now is play this track and then think of a bass line and then get going with that. So this track is in D flat major, and it's following a 2-3 chord progression. So if you're unfamiliar with all of that, so D flat major is the key signature, right? And these are the notes in the key signature, and I've numbered them. So when I'm creating a bass line, I may just say, I'm working on the 2. So the 2 will be the E flat, and then the 3 will be the F. But then I may say I'm on the 7. So the 7 will be the C. And chords wise, you'll hear me go from an E flat major to an F minor. So let me just show you how that sounds. So this is the 2. This is still the 2. This is still the 2. That's the 3. So you can see these markers here. So 2. To the 3. So I'm just going to play the most basic note just to show you that it's the same chord, right? So you'll hear, even though the chords are changing, the note remains harmonious, and that's because it's a variation of, so this number, this 2, right, this E flat minor, the chords that you're hearing, they are just variations of the same chord, so the notes are in different combinations, and you know, an extra note here, an extra note there, it's the same. I wanted to keep it the same so that when you buy this and you drag and drop it, there's nothing, you know, spicy happening. It's the same E flat minor. It's just you can do a lot with a chord to keep it interesting. And then it's the same with the 3 as well. So this whole time while it's on this 3, it is F minor. So this is F minor. Same. Cool. Alright, so okay, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to think of a bass line, and yeah, once something starts coming, or if I have anything to say, I'll begin to call out the numbers. I may hit record if an idea begins to form, but I'll let you know when I'm recording the main one. It's just so that I don't lose it if I suddenly want to start having a conversation about something. Well, a dictation really, unless I get any comments. Cool, alright, so yeah, I'm just going to have a listen first. I'm also going to have a play with the notes, right? Because, like as I said, I was playing like the most basic note, but I've got all of these notes. So I have all of those notes to play with, and not just, you know, not just those. So and then way more. Oops. Oops. So I may mess around because sometimes it can sound interesting when you don't play. So, you know, on the E minor, the E flat minor, the E flat is the root, so it's the most, you know, stable note. Sometimes if you play like, I don't know, the F or the G flat or a different number, it can sound really interesting. So I'm going to be experimenting with that as well. should do it again. So at the moment I'm playing 4-2-4-6. 4-2-6-2-2. 4-2-6-2-2. 4-2-6-2-2. Beginning, so I'm just gonna go into record just so that I capture it. What at the other end of it? So I like this. Yeah, that sounds in context. Repeat this. Oops. I have to repeat this. I think that's gonna be the theme. get going with that idea. I do like to dig into the bass line a bit, so I may stay there for a little while and just get this groove right. So yeah, cool. Hope you enjoy. That's how I'm going to start, actually. Leave the gap. Oops. Hold on. that is the 10-minute bassline portion of the video successfully completed. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I really liked it, and then at some point I wanted to expand a little bit. It became apparent I was doing it nicely. And then I just felt like, yeah, I need to just play some more notes. I need to really give the variation that I say that I give. But yeah, it was a nice pattern. Dun, 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 dun. And then just so yeah, I said at the top, so it's like a 4 2 6 2 2, and then various ways into the 3. So it would be I was using 5 4 3, and then to the 7. So just for example, it was, let's get these numbers correct. So we had 4 2 6 2 2, and then 5 4 3 7 6 7 1, and then I'd go back to the 3, just like a little, and then back to the 2. So just without the beat. For example, 7 6 6 6 7 7 1 1 3 1, 4 2 6 2 2, and at the beginning I'd leave a gap there, and then I think I was just going to the 4, and then the 3, and then the 7, and then 6 6 7 7 1 1 3 1. Yeah, I quite liked it. It took it didn't take a while. See, this is the joy. This is what I was saying at the top. This is the joy of not having it, then having it. At the beginning, I just had this, and I was looking for the tail end of that because I thought that sounded quite nice. And I like the way that it began. So I didn't begin, as I was saying, I didn't begin on the E flat. I didn't begin on the 2. I started on the 4. And it just sounded nice, man. Da, 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 da. Yeah, and then I started to come down here and play a little bit more, which is the same notes. So where are we? So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. They're the same notes. 1 2 3, and then maybe 1 2. Same notes here as well. I think I came down here once. So yeah, cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to upload this to my site. Just going to set the level, so I'm going to turn it down a bit, because I feel that when I send a bass line, it shouldn't be ready in terms of like fully mastered. Like I need to send a bass line, then you put it into your track, and then you get all of the other ingredients together. Then you're bringing the levels up together. I don't want to give you something which is fully mastered, because you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't master a track. You can't master an instrument and then send it to someone to add into their production. Like, mastering is like the final stage before it leaves, turn my bass off, before it leaves the digital world. So yeah, you can't master a loop, or you can't master a sample, as in like a drum hit, like snare, hi-hat. You can just give someone a decent level. So that's what I'm going to do, yeah. So the decent level I'm going to give is like just above 0, really, just above here. Cool. So I'm going to bounce that, and I'm going to call it this. I'm going to call it processed unedited. Yeah, so we bounce that. So yeah, processed and unedited. And I'll just quickly, very, very quickly show you the, in fact, let me, where did that go? Where did that go? That's interesting. Oh, because I've got to include audio tail. I don't really want that. I don't know why that went so far. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right, I'll inspect the file first, actually, and just see what that's like. So this is it here. If it's really, really long, then I won't. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, I'll do that again because I don't want it that long. There's no need for all of that silence at the end. So I won't include audio tail. So all it's going to do is it's going to just bounce what I recorded. Adding audio tail is good when you, because it's in use in the project. Okay, let me just press F, go to edit, select unused, press edit, and select. Yeah, this one I need to delete. So you notice that what I did there, that deleting audio file is delete the file. When you delete from here, it keeps the file. So yeah, beware. Cool. So yeah, let me just do that again. And yeah, no audio file. Yeah, so audio tail. So audio tail is good when you are using MIDI and it's like a piano and the piano has a tail to it. So the MIDI region ends, but the note still rings out. That's when it's good to have that option ticked. But for this, I'm literally bouncing, what I recorded. After the recording, there is silence, so there's no need for it. It's interesting because that's the first time that's happened. It's gone beyond the region. Maybe it's because there's like hum and hiss and like sounds beneath. So I have this on there, so I'm pushing the top end, so it's pushing like the noise. Like electrical instruments, they tend to have noise. Stringed instruments tend to have noise because they're picking up on stuff in the environment, and also this here, that's a noise. This main's hum, so maybe it's picking up on that. Designed to give you a more vintage, authentic feeling. Cool. So now let me upload this to my site. So, episode 17, D flat major. 132 BPM, processed but unedited. So let's upload that, and you'll see how I've already got the MIDI file there. So yeah, as I said, give me 48 hours and I'll have another 2 files for you to download and include into your track and make wonderful, wonderful music with. And when you do buy these and then you start working on them, please keep me updated on what you're doing with them, because I am interested. I'm interested in where these ideas can take you, because it's like, unlike the AI generated, I feel like, so I create these bass lines. Let me just save this. So it's like I create these bass lines and then I give you the PDF, so you have what's within it, like the actual notes. And then I give you the MIDI file as well. So now you have the notes in a way that your DAW can recognize. So hopefully you have seen the live stream and you'll see that, from bars 1 to 4, you have the 1. So, the 2, you have an E flat minor. And then from 5 to 9, or to 8, it's that 4 bars. Let's just talk about it like that. The first 4 bars, you have 2, which is an E flat minor. Then the next 4 bars, you have F minor. and then repeating like that. So then with the PDF you can see the exact notes, and then with the MIDI you can see the exact notes within your DAW, so then you can add your own instrument, and then you'll add the bass line, and then it will just, you know, it will play something like this, something like that, depending on what instrument you had. If you had if you had a piano and the exact drums, then it will sound like this exact track. But so you're gonna start with that. So from my perspective, at least, the way I intend this to be consumed, you start with the understanding as well as a working idea that you can start with. But then as the thing grows, you have the understanding of how these notes, like what notes and how it was put together. So then you can add. So for example, in the chord, let's just open this for a minute. So what are we in? D flat. So I'll just play this. Some sound. Cool. So in this chord, all I'm doing is this. So going from this to this and back again. But obviously, like the chords that I'm using, they're more complicated, right? But what you can do, I'll just quickly do this, right? So 1 to 2. So because you have the information, so you'll see that, I'll just make this bigger as well. So you'll see that it's a D sharp, an F sharp and an A sharp in this chord. So with that information, you could do like, okay, so I want to fill this out a bit. So let me add another F sharp, and then I get that. Now let me add another A sharp, and I get that. What if I want a low D sharp? What about another F sharp? It's getting very big now. That's a bit too muddy. Oops, pressed the wrong one. So you got all of these notes now, and because you have the notes in the companion PDF, it will show this. It will show you which notes, so then you could just keep repeating, you know, all the way up. That's probably too much, but the point is, you've got the raw materials to build something which can sound like this. Just, you know, just experiment, and yeah, experimentation, that's at the core of, that is, it's actually, it's deep within the idea that I'm sharing with the world, like experimentation, like you experiment with it, like have fun with it, explore yourself and see what chords make you feel certain ways, and then, you know, slightly change them. And, you know, hopefully you've seen this live stream, hopefully you're watching this live stream, this person who's, you know, bought it, you know, try adding some of these notes to it as well, and you'll get even more different. That's a thought, actually. I might start adding all of these notes to the PDFs. That could be a good idea, actually. So like, yeah, D flat major, and the notes in D flat major are all of these, so that then, yeah, equipped with the notes that are in the chord, equipped with the MIDI, you'll be able to really, yeah, start making some, you know, very personal, self-expressive chords like these. Like I really like these chords, man. Really like these chords. Anyway, so I'm gonna wrap up the video there. Hopefully you've enjoyed that as much as I did. I enjoyed this bass line. Yeah, use the QR code and download the product, and let me know how it goes. Any questions, and just reach out to me on, you know, social media, or you can reach out to me on the site. Just use the contact form, and send me a message, and I'll respond via email. I do this every Wednesday at 8:30 BST, so join me again. If you're watching this in the future, then join me the next Wednesday, the next available Wednesday that you have. Keep an eye out on social media. I'm always posting bits and pieces. But yeah, that is it, man. Until next time, make great music and enjoy life. And I'm just going to play the track and then I'll end the stream.